Hello everybody, this is the first series. This is the first series itself of, as I'm going to say, this is the first series itself of Game Inventors. So the Game Inventors, I invent different games and I'm going to show them to you. As you might notice, we started a chess theme because here we got a chessboard on, and yes, let's just start. So this is on chess.com, and there are some terrible mistakes with some great moves in between. So this particular game does not have a brilliant move, but in the next game there is actually a brilliant move. So stay tuned for that. Let's begin. We got c4, the English opening. We got e5, which is a good counterattack because it controls the d4 square. And for those of you who are new to chess, you have to tent your pieces towards these squares in the opening, which is what we have right now. Knight to c3, knight to f6, knight to f3, and this is the four knights variation played on the board. Now, I am expecting you to know a little bit of chess, but if you do not, that's okay. I'm going to be teaching you some of chess, and the next theme is video editing, so stay tuned for that. Anyway, we have queen to c2 here, which is best move because it develops a piece. And here are the continuing moves. As here comes the first move, because my coach says this is not the right idea, even though you're pretty much prevented from castling, because now you can go here, and you'll have, like castling where you have weak squares like these ones, they're not controlled by pawns like these ones, is bad. So anyway, let's just continue. This is again not the right idea. And here we have our first great move. Okay, so queen captures, best. And we have now successfully prevented the king from castling. So after the next few moves, we see a blunder, the first blunder of the game. The point is that you're going to, but again there's a missed win here because you have to go here. The idea is that there is no way to prevent this. Anyway, we have e4. Now, if you go here, then the queen just returns to d2, saving this pawn, which saves one of the rooks, I guess, maybe. We got knight to b4, which is a mistake, because black tries to fight for this square, now realizing that he's already lined up a bunch of power on it. Like when you realize, and this knight can just be kicked away with a3. So what do? We go king b1, prophylactic move to get him off of here. Potentially the queen is here now. And here's where the fun part begins. We got c6, again showing fighting for this square. And here we have a blunder, bishop d2. Now here, chess.com for some reason glitched and does not show the sign, but it is a blunder because now you can once again play here, and the fork is unpreventable as the queen lies in here, this square, and you can't go back here anymore because you're still not defending. And your queen is attacked, so you can't actually defend it with one of your rooks. Anyway, let's just continue, I guess. This is a missed win again, because you're too focused here on the center. Anyway, after knight captures pawn, we attack the knight, and then the knight goes to a4, because just look at this position. Look how much squares your own pieces are blocking off for you. This is 5 squares blocked off by your own pieces. That's a wow. Oh my god. Anyway, we get here. We get pawn to b5 attacking this. This is a very bad move because it blunders the knight, but black should have first taken it like this. Here's the point. Here, we can play a brilliant move, not a brilliant move, but a great move. Find the move. Can you find the move? Okay, this knight is trapped, so it's not a move with the knight. Instead, it is rook to c1 check. And you can't really block with the queen because you'll lose it. You can't really go here because you'll lose a rook. So you can't really block with any pieces or else you're not winning, so you have to move your king. King to b8 is the best variation as king here will just lead to knight to c5 with a check, and it's defended by the rook. But here we have a different variation, a3. The point is, this knight is actually also trapped. Well, you'll say it can actually move to a6. Yeah, sure it can. Can you see what we're gonna do? Knight to c6, forking the pieces. A family royal fork. So captures here. Again, this thing follows. You can't actually go here because knight to c6 will fork the king and queen, and you win the queen. So here, now the knight goes here, forking the rook and the queen because they're put in such uncomfortable position. Queen here is good because you can't take this or else your queen is hanging. So your queen moves, rook moves, and you lose the knight, I guess. But here black plays a very devilish looking move. Queen to d6, and at first it seems like we can actually defend it. Just move the knight and you're perfect. But moving the knight will lose because bishop to a2, check, king takes, and then queen takes queen. I'm not actually visualizing this for real because I want you to see it yourself. Okay, I go here. Okay, check. Okay, take. Okay, and then this queen will take the queen. So this queen is actually hanging right now. You have to save it. Here is the best move you can come up with. Queen takes d4. The point is, the queen is defended by the knight. So, and you can't actually take this. If you take with the queen, the rook will take you, and then after rook takes rook, we're going to take this rook in the corner, and the point is that if you do this, then we take the rook in the corner, comes with check, and then after you return, we can also go here, here, and potentially maybe even go all out and checkmate the king. So instead, we don't wanna trade queens. Instead, we go here, maintaining the attack on this, and then we're going to go here and add a third attacker. Okay, we got it. So, white moves, and we trade off queens, and here a pair of rooks is traded before the bishop is moved. And here we have actually, this thinks it's an inaccuracy, but here you of course have to understand that this bishop is much more important, not allowing this you to activate. Takes. So king takes rook, and you get a check. You take the bishop, and you're now in check, so you can't take the pawn. Here. We went here, and then we went here. Nice move, huh? Nice move, you say, huh? Now we activated the bishop. Now the best move is, of course, to take, but I'm not sure. Daniel still says one of the best moves, because now you want to trade this rook off for this knight and hope for the best. And the only free squares, surprisingly, are these ones. all the rest are controlled by these devastating pawns. And here is how White proceeds to block these squares too. We go h3, kind of inputting this square, and we got here, trying to trade off, hoping that you're gonna go here maybe, and then we can go, and then we can do something like this, and then like this, and then like this, and then like this, and you won't be able to queen. Let's just count. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and you're not 1, 2, and you're not actually queening. Anyway, so here is how we block. We block this and this square already. So after the trade, we actually get that the rook can't input anywhere. And so the rook tries to remove the pawn. And finally here, the rook pounces on the bishop with check. King takes, and king takes knight. And we have entered the stage here where you have got 3 connected passed pawns, and the king can't capture it, because then you're going to go here, and you have just enough time to prove it with your pawn. So king goes, and here's the point. You can kind of go like this and input seeds. So White tries to Black tries to distract the king like this, but the king arrives just in time to capture the pawn. The king tries to go here, but we input a seed in here, and then here we have inputted a seed like this. Anyway, king goes back, king goes forward. Okay, now here's a tactic. If the king goes here, you move the opposite pawn. The king goes here, move the opposite pawn. Here, move the opposite pawn. Here, move the opposite pawn. You are forced to move to b7 now. And we promote a second queen. We're trying to get stalemate. And here we have the best move because we're trying to trap ourselves, right? And the point is, you actually can get trapped, like captures, and then you just have to block off this file. You just have to like block off this file and this file, and then you actually get like nothing, nowhere to go. Let me just visualize that. So let's say we just play here, and then we got this, and then we got captures, and then we got some other move, and then we got this, and then we got, actually not this, sorry. Everybody, I'm a little confused. And then we just got, and then we got this, okay. Then we got this, and then we got this, and then we got this. And this reduces to a stalemate, because you have nowhere to move now. Anyway, back to the review. That did not happen. As what actually happened in the game was queen promoted, and then we got this check, and then we force him, and then we mate. So hope you enjoyed that. Bye-bye. Everything can be done. Signing out. Stay tuned for the second episode. It's going to be with Brilliant. I'm sure you'll love it. Sub to not miss that. I'm almost at 45 subscribers. Please subscribe. Thank you. Bye.